Hello, it's Tamara Hunter, and today is day number 144 of 365 days of awesome. Celebrate success through service. And we have today's service hero. It's actually Coach Chuck, but he's also known on Facebook as Charles Prinzen. And I want to highlight Coach Chuck because I met him not long ago, and right off the bat, I knew this man's a service hero. But he actually did something on Sunday on Facebook. He went live, and oh my, he so deserved this title. So I want to say welcome, Service Hero Coach Chuck, to the Service Hero Show.
Thank you for having me. Can you hear me? Everything good?
Everything's great. You know, I want to just tell everybody where we met and how we met, because it really was so impactful. We were at Joseph Ortega's event down in San Diego, his summit, summit. And I was speaking to someone, and Coach Chuck comes up, and he's being so patient to talk to me. And then he comes over, and immediately it was like, I knew this man forever, and there was this amazing connection. Why don't you tell them, Coach, why it is that you wanted to speak with me?
Well, I think you and I became Facebook friends a while back, but we never really, got a chance other than when you're having somebody else on a live and you're saying, hi this, hi that, whatever, you're making your comments. But we never really had met. And so when I knew you were going to be a speaker, I was going down there. I said, you know what? I absolutely have to talk to that lady. Look, I am not one to push my way into a conversation. If I have to sit back and wait, I'd much rather wait and be respected. Thank you so much for saying that. For the credibility that I have respecting human beings, you know what I mean? So I waited, and when it was time, I told you straight up. One, thank you for what you do, Chemo Buddies. Because it means a lot to not only myself. I had a squamous cell cut out of my leg, small kind, but it's the monster cut out of my leg last year. But my baby, two-time cancer survivor.
Right.
And she's almost, I don't want to, look, God is good, and I'm not going to jinx her, but we're almost to those special words, and I think I told you that. Right. But what I wanted to really dig into was, once you walk through the doors of a cancer center, and I didn't have cancer. I was the first beneficiary or medical person for my baby, and so I got to feel that, and it felt amazing. Yeah, because we sat there and waited, and we watched people come in with masks and whatever, knowing what my baby was there for, to get radiation treatments, to start her treatments. And again, she had 2 rounds of it. Man, that's for life. Right,
it is, that's isn't it? And you shared that, and by the way, you are a chemo buddy, because we support. We recognize the support people, that the people that love and support the patient. And you are also a buddy, and you just, it was like from that moment on, there was this connection, just this amazing, we're in it together, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. No, that's it, because I know what you do, and while I can take this time. I know it's your show, but I'm going to put it on there, girl. I saw you just night before last, if not last night, working your tail off for our firefighters. Girl, you are without a doubt an angel. And I'm going to take this time to say that you are for sure the real meaning of service hero. So now you can have me all you want, but
you're going to make me cry, because
it's the mana. It's the Look, my baby.
Yes.
It's my baby. Okay, she's not my baby. She's my baby. B-E-B-E. But that's okay. So I even had that conversation with her the other day. So you're not my baby. You're my baby, because you're special. And that's what I call you. Right? So my baby and I were parents at 17 and her 15. We were very first lovers.
Mm-hmm.
And I came up from a very bad side of life, and I still deal with PTSD, and it wasn't working for us. So my daughter and the mother of my daughter now went out of my life, and life took us in different directions. And 33 years later, he reunited us because I believe that she lost her husband. He passed from a heart attack, and she was looking for. And I in 1972, I dedicated James Taylor, "You Got a Friend" to her, and she called me. And so, if you know the song, that's it. That's my baby. And to know that she was reunited after 30, and we have 20 grandchildren that we share together. That's it. God is good every day. Every day. We are the Notebook times 5, because Allie and Noah only had 7 years apart before they got back together. So yeah, and the Notebook was happening when we got back, 2006-ish or something like that. But anyhow, that's it.
That. I read the book. I read all of them. Of course, I'm a bit of a sap. I want to say that we've got one of our chemo buddies, actually my chemo buddy, because we all, different chemo buddies. And this is my chemo buddy, Lisa Brown. And Lisa, you guys are gonna make me cry tonight. So anyway,
that's love, tears of love. That's it.
There's a lot of love going on. Let me show our names, and so people know who we are. We're official. So I want to talk about a few things with you, because you're a coach. You're in your day job, if you will. Before you retired. Well, first, okay, wait a minute. Let's go back to the Notebook. I give Kat a couple of pictures, because you had shown me this one, so I actually captured it, and so that you could share it that much more. So
that's my.
And before you say anything, Coach, I'm going to just say, I am still amazed at when you told me the age of your daughter and all of you guys. I mean, it's the Hawaiian blood, or it's the Polynesian juju, or whatever you want to say. I mean, my God, you guys got it going on. Okay, so explain the people that are here.
Okay, so the old man on the right is soon to be 63 next month. The beautiful lady on the far left, which is my baby, just turned 60, and our daughter in the middle just turned 45 in June. So she is the eldest of all of our children, and look, again, God is good every day.
Yeah,
and he just makes moves, and there it is.
And I had to share that, because when you told me your daughter's age, I was like, you guys look amazing, and she looks like she's in her 20s. So let's see, you need to change that, Charles Rock. Okay, let's see. Let me get this. So what are you saying, Lisa? Okay, hi, you need to change that, Charles Rock Chalk Jayhawk. Oh. She's got a sense of humor, that one. That's why she's my friend.
I'd rather smile than frown.
Well, there you go. I love it. All right. So you were there because you are also helping others. You've got a message that you're taking out, right? Why don't you tell us about that? Because I love what you're doing.
I actually have a promise that I'm keeping, because God allows me to wake up every day. And every day he's making sure that the promise that I made at 3 years old, because I was seriously abused as a child, domestic violence, all that stuff that I had to live with until I ran away at 16. At 3 years old, when I got beaten and taken away and put into a safe house for 6 months, I was out in the backyard, and I looked up and I said, I know you're up there, because they teach me this in Sunday school. Jesus loves me. Yes, I know. So do me a favor. Let me get old. And if you let me get old, I'll make it right. Well, as I've aged, not only did I get adopted at 16 by a widowed Japanese lady with 2 daughters, took a punk 16-year-old kid in because her oldest daughter was my mentor. And I had nowhere else to go when I ran away at 16. I was a sophomore in high school, and that was the start of it. And then it was school, it was sports, it was coaches, it was my counselors, and that's why I just retired 8 more years after retiring on the docks for working in the education field. And while I've done that, I put together a program called Me Inc. Now.
Yes.
Me expressing, yeah, and it's right there. MEINCNOW, which stands for me expressing I need change now. And I have a lot of people tell me that I don't know why you put ink. You know what ink means, don't you? Yeah, I know what ink means. Why is it in the middle? Because there's a reason for it. And I was diddling in my garage one day, and sometimes the speakers, you do a whole lot, you put a whole lot of words together, and you take all those words and you put it into something. Well, right. It clicked. Mm-hmm. And so me now is ink is in the middle because it's me expressing I need change now. And now that we get you, because I'm going to get you. Right now, it's just me. I'm trying to start this program. I have workshops. I want to open 3 centers in Hawaii, Northern California, and Southern California. I'm working on it. But the bottom line is we work with our kids, our youth of today. We help them get rid of or understand that they have traits or cycles upon them that were passed down from their parents and their parents' parents. And so we make aware of generational cycles of negativity passed down from our parents to us. And we either change or we don't. And now that I got you, now I'm going to help you incorporate me. Because once you incorporate me, and it's about me, not about being stingy, but understanding that you can't do nothing in this world unless you take care of me.
Right. So true. So true. I want to bring up some comments that we've got. And I was going to bring all this up towards the end, but I'm actually going to at least say hello to her. We've got Kat in the house. And we're going to talk about that.
It's my niece.
You just came back from an amazing time there, and you're wearing the hat. And then Charles needs to. She's really.
Well, that girl's not afraid to speak up. I'll tell you that right now.
What's going on here? And we got Frankie. Frankie, well, thank you. Thank you. Someday we shall talk. Okay, we got it. You got it. And you are right. A warrior of light. He is absolutely. And our youth are absolute. I am total agreement, Kat. Total agreement. And Lisa, she's funny, that one. She's on one. She's on a roll tonight. Okay, so in regards,
I'm being attacked by all these women. I can't even see what they're saying. It's all good.
It's all good. Talking about your shirt, because Jayhawks, and I'm not a sports person, so there must be some kind of sports thing going on. That shirt's like, what?
It's a football shirt.
Okay, it's a football shirt, and we're in.
A coach that I coached, and taught him how to coach football is coaching down in Ocean View, in Huntington Beach area.
Okay.
And I went and talked to their kids, and he gave me this shirt. So I'm just Coach Chuck,
There you go. You're wearing your Coach Chuck shirt. Well, okay, so, as far as, I was just thinking when you were talking about the locations of the facilities that you want to put up and what you want, your message, I think that right now, especially in light of, you were the one that was feeding me the information when I was talking about the fires a couple days ago when I was live, and it was a raw day. It just was a raw day. I had kind of known the answer that I was going to most likely get, but I was involved, like you was involved. When you're involved in a summit or and you're involved with stuff, it's a nonstop day to night kind of situation, and where I'm staying, I don't have access really to a lot of external, television, newspapers, all that kind of stuff. And so with your message, and I know it's a generational thing, but we're going to have now, because of whole communities being destroyed, families that weren't at risk, now because of the trauma and drama of, and I'm not saying that in any bad way, this is an actual trauma, and it is going to create, I mean, I was watching the news, I did get a live feed yesterday, and I was watching one of the news feeds about Paradise, California, and the news person actually had asked a valid question, if they were even thinking of rebuilding. I mean, they're not done with the fire yet, but they're asking, okay, you have a whole town that's gone. Are you going to rebuild? And and I really appreciate the way this was handled, though. The question, okay, timing, you can debate that. I'm not going to. But what I want to do is I want to highlight the positive here. And the superhero that stepped up from the city, or the town, because the fire people can't say, that this was a briefing on the fire. But someone, a delegate that was there, someone that had the credentials, got up and said, we've had the meeting, and by golly, paradise will be paradise again. And so, however, with that said, the events and how quickly they came, your program of helping, is it a program that would be able to be used to offset the possibilities of those that now could have been healthy, happy families that now have gone through such an amazing heartbreak and change in their life, and it will be a bit of a struggle for most of them. Is it a program that would be able to be helpful and help to offset things that could become generational?
Well, when you're traumatized, that's where PTSD comes in.
Right.
Because people ask me all the time, how do you know you have PTSD? Well, you don't know look, Chucky ain't got nothing on my childhood. I'm serious.
Right.
So when that kind of trauma,
right,
okay,
right, absolutely,
then PTSD comes in, and you go into a different zone. You go into a different mindset, and so look, it's not just me about taking the youth of today. It's about, if I was there last week with Kat, and an amazing weekend that we had, sharing hard, raw stories of things.
Right.
And so me now is just not, it's about reaching out and helping people understand that there's going to be negatives. We are not going to ever get away from negatives. And if we ever lower those, especially the warriors, you're a warrior, Kat's a warrior, those warriors that know that if we get knocked down and we give up, who's going to fight? And so, yes, we can, because we're like a chameleon. Me now is it's just me.
Right.
It's just Coach Chuck trying to grow. Okay. And so, yes, I know how to speak to others to get into their heart. Why? Because God has given me a gift, and I'm not just a gab, but he's given me a gift. And that gift is, I know how to make people feel good, because I know what it was like to feel bad.
Right. And you do. You do. In fact, there was a moment on the stage, and then when we were down in San Diego, that I got a bit raw. And then afterwards, you came up and connected with me, and there was this moment of all is well, that energy that, okay, let's go forward. And, thank you for sharing, and acknowledgement and love. And now forward going, awesome release and energy flowing towards the positive. And it was an amazing experience. And I got to witness that with you. And I will never forget it. It was awesome.
You have to learn, even if it's just talking. I call it the Michael Jackson thing, the man in the mirror. Even if it's just talking to that man or that person in the mirror. This is one of my workshops. You're going to talk to that person for a very, very, very long time, but you don't give up.
No.
And sooner or later, you'll see some body language in that person. And that person will start talking back. Might be small talk. And when you can have a conversation with that person in the mirror and start releasing poison, you learn how to do it on a daily basis. Because we must learn. People that have gone through, excuse my French, shit, have to learn how to release that poison, or they have a very shitty feeling. Negative. No.
Right.
Release the poison.
Right.
Release the poison.
Release it.
Because it feels good.
Yeah, it did. And you know, it was actually it was a life-changing event for me, that day. I have to say in multiple ways. I want to go to, okay, so you let's see, we can't wait to have Coach pass it on to our children. Yes, at the facility. Okay, we're going to talk about that. Kat, we are going to show some awesome pictures. Okay. You went up to an event in Utah. I'm so jealous that you got to go. I so wanted to be there, Kat. All right. So tell us about this event you went to.
Wow. Sub niece. That's right. Family forever. Ohana forever. That's my niece now. Auntie Mapawana and Uncle Chuck, or she can still call me Coach if she wants. But what an amazing thing that she put together, and what an amazing team of Dons. That's what she calls her sidekicks. Okay, and they remind me of my stepdaughters and my daughter. So my daughter, our daughter, and her sisters, they act goofy. and it's cool. And Dawn and the Dons, they all have different names. What they go, she calls them my Dons, along with Jason Cisneros,
right,
and Joshua and all that. What an amazing weekend we had. And you know what? I knew that I was going there, and when you did what you did, and you felt that, that's exactly what we did on Saturday, or I should say her amazing team of speakers that she put together did. It was raw. I had to walk out several times because I didn't want people to really see me doing I almost did and you know you're crying when you do because I didn't want anybody to see me that weak, but it was so blessed. And I, at 63 years old, have been waiting such a long time for people to join in my crusade and say, enough is enough. I don't care if you don't want to hear me. There are people out there that want to hear me, and it feels good when I'm doing it. So get on the wagon or get left behind. And so that happened on Saturday. We had an amazing time Saturday night with the Bald Avenger and a comedy show, two amazing comedians. And the next day it was the ball. Get all dressed up and just break bread. It was amazing. And yes, I have asked Kat that when her facilities open up, because I know domestic violence and I know addiction. I never was addicted to nothing, okay, but love right now, but never was addicted to anything. I did a whole lot of stuff in my days, but I never got addicted. But I know that I have a message, and it ain't about money. Never has been about money. Remember, I'm keeping a promise to my Lord and Savior that I made at 3 years old to let me make it right. Going anywhere and speaking, like being on this show right now, is helping me keep a promise to my God. I don't want to turn this into a religious thing, but it is what it is. I'm making it right, and it feels so good. Niece, love you, man.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, and I'm so glad that you were able to go up and support Dawn. And I'm going to be having her on the show here soon. She had said yes when. But we had to let her get through this event because, of course, it was so huge. And I'm just so excited that it went so well. And, I want to say something because Lisa, she's saying something serious here now, my chemo buddy. We all need to be in, Jesus' be his hands and feet. That's why she actually is a social worker. By trade. She's one of our chemo buddies. She's one of the 4 chemo buddies that I'm working to get to Las Vegas to the party. We did a video. She did a video, and she openly said that, you know, she has a brain tumor, and yet, you know, she's one of our volunteers. She does so much for the chemo buddies, and she's excited to come to Vegas. Yes, so
Right on.
I want to highlight as we start ending this, and I'm so grateful that you are here, and we're having this chance to visit. Oh, before we go off of Dawn's subject, I want you to show your hat, because that's Dawn's logo. Here, let me take down the name so everybody gets a clear view. Okay, turn it a little bit the other way. Let's see. There you go. There you go. I love her logo on that hat. It's just so cool. That's a cool
I
hat.
stole this. It's Mapuana's, but I wasn't going to put the sweatshirt on because you can't really see it. And so I took her hat because I didn't buy one.
Because you had a chance to share the love, and we'll have Dawn on here soon. Just tell them more about it. And cheers, Hermilo. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. You know, so I want to again highlight, because something that you said when I watched, because I had been busy and I really had not had a chance to really thoroughly go through the live that you did, that you actually, I was honored that I got, that you started with Dawn, talked about your experience and how wonderful it was. And then you also brought up Chemo Buddies for Life. And, you know, and I felt very honored that you chose the 2 of us to talk about, because we know each other and we support each other's causes. And when, and I loved the way you put it, that if I'm going to let you do it, because it was just so simple. Things can be so simple.
Well, I like to call it vanilla. Okay.
Vanilla. Okay.
Vanilla. People started going crazy when they had all this different kind of ice creams, and then they put all this stuff on top of it. You take away the true taste of what ice cream is. That being said, I'm going to use that ice cream maker that we bid on and we brought home from Salt Lake City, because I am not going to crank homemade ice cream anymore. True story. And so that's the vanilla thing. But no, we need to keep things in a vanilla way. Okay. Very simple, very plain, very raw, very live. And Dawn touches my heart because my mother is not here. My mom died on Mother's Day.
Oh.
Mother's Day, 1979, at 44 years old, because she wouldn't say, I'm not coming back. So Dawn's cause, and I have family members that have been addicts. So Dawn's cause hits my heart.
Right.
And I'm going to fight.
Yeah.
You, Chemo Buddies, hits my heart because of Mapuana.
Right.
Because I know what she's gone through. Her second round was not good. It came back a second round, and it was going after her.
Yeah.
And I had to watch her, and I shaved my head because she started losing her hair. And I told her, you ever lose your hair? Mine's coming off. I got a picture of it. I look like powder. I took my eyelashes off, my eyebrows off. They waxed me. Oh, my God, I'll never do that again. But true story, I mean bald and no eyebrows, no nothing, because that's my baby.
Right.
And so you two, it just so happens that's just the way it is. Not that I don't give to other people, I do. But you two beautiful ladies have got me for the rest of my life for anything you may need. If I can't do it, I'll do what and Kat knows this. It ain't about money. It's about the mana. On the island, we call the mana, the strength, the aloha, which I'm going home tomorrow because we're having a service for one of my nephews. But you know, and so you two touch my heart. And I want nothing more than to come out because I understand it. It's in my life. It means so much to me. So anything I can do.
I love that, because, you know, especially in the fact that you're willing to be so raw and open. And here's a coach, you know, Coach Chuck, and you are being so real about, number one, your childhood promise at 3, the circumstances of why it was so traumatic, and why that hits your heart with a new dawn's cat's cause, working
501c3. Yeah.
yeah, 501c3. Yeah, we both have 501c3s. And how she's working with those mothers that have been addicted, and they've been incarcerated, and they've lost their children, and they now are getting back on the road, and they're trying to find a way, and it's not an easy way to do it. It's not easy.
And their children.
Yes.
Kat, I love you, girl. You know that, and your kids are doing well. You've told the stories, but they were still traumatized, and we know this.
Right.
They were traumatized, and there are other children
Right.
that are sponges of the environment that they live in.
Right.
That have that stuff roll on them. And so what we need to do is we need to understand that, and she's doing a great job. She's a great role model, because she understands what that change is now, so that she can share that with her children and stop that cycle.
Absolutely. And then to also be sharing that love openly, Coach Chuck, and sharing your heart, and sharing the love of Bebe. Did I do
My
it right? Bebe. Yeah.
baby.
And the fact that you are a support buddy, and how that we become a family. Those that have been there and done that, and that we are not going to let anybody face it alone, and we are going to remain a family. We're going to be buddies. We are going to do this, and I know that I am committed until we have an international movement, that people in the islanders and all of your family all over throughout the Polynesian islands, you know, you'll be able to say, okay, you know, okay, that's not good news, but you need a buddy, and we're going to get through this. You know, whoever it may be, friends, family, wherever they may be, that is the goal. We will not stop until we can know that anybody will not have to face it alone, and we will be that family. And I just appreciate you being a part of the 2 movements, you know, because with having people like you, I know that Kat's not here right now, but I'm sure that I can speak for her, because she's already kind of spoken for herself in writing. Is that when we have people that come on board with us like you, we are family, and we are locking our arms, you know, and we are that's right, we are making it happen. And you know, exactly, and I love it.
We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight.
It is, right. It is a fight, and it's a fight. It's a fight for life. Both programs are really, when you boil them down, both programs in different ways, they are fights for life, for actual livelihood. Yes, go ahead.
And children involved also. This is why it's touching to me.
Absolutely.
Because their kids, if they lose somebody, they know why. They understand, and they are now traumatized as if they were in a house seeing domestic violence.
Exactly. Well, in fact, I want to talk to you more now, that and you're you don't know yet, but you're already in on it with because of the fact that I was gifted. I don't know that you know that when I spoke this weekend, Alex Gillian out of Chicago has his own very successful technology firm, and he, in honor of his mother, has gifted us to build out our website, our buddy site. And part of the buddy site is going to have our hangout area, and I do want to have programs to be able to help those, you know, underage children, yes, but because they're not in our database, but we'll have programs for them, but also adult children. Adult
Teenagers,
children.
young adults.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Too many of them. And unfortunately, some of them, they may have a live parent, but that live parent is not claiming them. So now they're becoming a ward of the court. And we need to really start making, and that's part of what our whole program is about on phase 2, which we'll be able to go to here soon, with now that we're going to have the website here soon. So we've got a lot of stuff coming up in 2019, and we are going to be working together, my dear.
whatever we can do. You know, again, I'm blessed that I get to wake up every single day, and I'm grateful for the people that are in my life, surrounding in my life. And I'm grateful for those ones that might not, because they're the ones that help me push forward. Remember that. We may get angry with people, but when we get angry, why are we getting angry with them? And if we can take the energy that we're angry with them and turn it into why we're doing what we're doing, that's going to keep us going. The same way that I'm not ever going to shut up. People tell me sometimes you just say it the way it is sometimes, and you shouldn't. BS. I'm tired of having to say, no, I'm 63 years old. I have gray hair. I have a right to my speech, and I'm not going to stop. And for you, and Joseph was pretty raw that day, but not as raw as what we did last weekend in Salt Lake City. We have to push for people to get rid of the poison within them. You know, Tamara, I was so deep in that mine where I was, because I had to go there from where the environment that I was in. And I felt safe in that cold, dark mine, so deep, but yet somebody pulled me out. And I never went back, but I know that there are others in that mine where I came from that I want to reach. And you reach it by not saying, or saying, I'm not going to say this anymore. No, you do it. No disrespect. And that's why I try my hardest to give you positive love, positive energy, because I may hit you with a negative, but oh well, I have so many points over here on a positive. That negative is not going to mean anything but open your brain and open your mind and open your heart.
You got to hear that. Absolutely, for growth.
You know what I mean? That's it.
Well, you know what? You just keep on that wonderful path that you are, and we're going to be doing so many things together. And I want to comment here, because Lisa did say, you know, Coach, awesome man, what a blessing to all the people who know you. You know what? Absolutely, I concur. Buddy. Lisa, my buddy. You know, you are such a blessing, and I'm so grateful that we met. I'm so grateful that you stood so patiently and introduced yourself, because you have brought a wealth of love and friendship into my world, and I know that you are going to affect so many people within my movement, and I know that you will within Cats also. You have so much to give, Coach Chuck. You do. So I want to thank you for being the service hero that you are.
Okay, I'd like to say something. Give me 1 minute. You ready for this?
Yes.
Okay. So I am committed to a promise that I made a very long time ago. Okay. All right. So I've done some things in my life. So when it's my turn, I tell this people all the time. Okay. When it's my turn, my spirit's going up. Okay. Your spirit goes up. Okay. Then you're sitting there in front of the pearly gates. This is a true story. I swear, I say this all the time. So I'm in front of the pearly gates, and behind me is an elevator. And the elevator only goes down because the spirits go up. The only thing that goes down, you know, you get the feel. So I'm going to be right here, and they're going to open up the book of Chuck, and they're going to start off at the beginning. 7 years old, robbery. La da 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 da. No. We'll get into that another time. And then they're going to start saying, "Oh, meeting now, Prinzen's preschool." Man, we're going to let you in on probation. Yeah, baby. And that's all I want. That's all I want. Is to keep my promise. And so when it's my turn, because it's going to be my turn, it's everybody's turn.
Right.
We all have sand in the hourglass. We have no idea how much sand is in that hourglass. I told you that day. Right. And so why not live every day until that last drop because it's inevitable. So while you do it, just prepare yourself for the after, because you're going to have to deal with it.
That's right. That's right. So, I mean, I think we all feel like that at times. You know, we all have those days. So, I am so thrilled that we had this chance to visit. So as we close day number 144 of 365 days of awesome, celebrate success through service. Coach Chuck, I just want to thank you for being the man that you are, for being the service hero that, and for all the service, and for keeping a promise that you made at 3 years old, and finding a way to win, finding a way to help others, and finding a way to take the traumas and the post-traumatic stress that you experienced and help others to heal as you have. And you have a life now that mimics that of storybooks. They made movies of the kind of life that you now have, and you know, you're blessed, and I'm so glad to know you, and I certainly hope that others are going to want to get to know you too, because I know you are going to help so many. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Plenty prayers and aloha to you and your family. And as we say on the islands, a hui ho kako. A hui ho kako. Until we meet again. Aloha.
Aloha. Bye, everyone.